Come on, we never have a plan. It's not a problem. We improvise, and it's always perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, welcome back, and hope you have a great Saturday. And yeah, today it's three of us, the usual set of great X technology people. And today, Alex and Andrew are gonna share their great experience and how they apply and talk and connect with people during different conferences. I guess like IT conferences or maybe technical conferences.
Yeah,
Yeah,
today, thanks, Igor. I already ready to start talking, if you don't mind.
of course.
So, I think today we're closer to podcast than ever. We're not gonna do any really technical stuff. Maybe brainstorm few technical topics. That's maximum. I wanted to propose maybe if we want to use a Figma gem or something like that. I don't know actually. Have any one of you heard of Figma gem before or not?
I
Or
heard
Fig
about
gem it's called.
Figma, but
Yeah,
Figma Gem.
Uh huh. Fig gem.
I used it
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh, all right. I have
Nice
a
tool.
link actually. So theoretically, we should be able to collaborate there. I'm not sure.
Let's
Let's
try.
try.
Yeah, yeah. We basically we have 1 hour, or I don't know how much time it would take, but not more than 1 hour. The idea is we want to brainstorm some ideas for conferences, but first, indeed, let's share our experience with the conferences. Why would we apply? What's the current experience with the conferences? What does it bring to you? I don't know, Andrew. Why do you apply for conferences? And I see you have a really great morning. I see it's written in your eyes, basically.
Uh, yes, thank you for asking. Uh, Conferences, good question. For me, the first point was about visa. So I've been going to change my visa, and so for that I need to have some proved experience in public speaking as well. But to be honest, when we started, that was the first point goes somewhere else, and I just started to get some joy from that. Joy from a couple of things actually. Basically for conference, I pick some topics which I want to explore by myself. So I don't have much experience. So I have some experience I want to extend this experience by some extra digging inside and so on. Yeah, so for me, the motivation was about building my own skills, actually extending these skills to the new area.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, cool
also,
story.
all of these are very, very tightly connected to collaboration in open source, because all what we prepare, all the materials, we put it on public, and that's another great point to share, that we're creating some value in open source as well.
Mm-hmm.
What about
Uh,
you, Alex?
yeah.
I know for sure it's not a visa.
And no, that's true. Yeah, it's not a visa. So yeah, I hope you can see. I started typing
Yeah.
notes. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So I think we match in quite a few points actually. I will even copy the list maybe. Yeah, it's not perfect to do it like that, but yeah, fine. Mm, so I think joy is one of the things, maybe not the first priority in. I think also motivation for topics is is one of the relevant relevant why I'm doing that. Collaboration in open source is a less a priority. So I would say joy motivation for topics and building own skills is definitely a few things. I heard from one of the guys who I follow on social media platform that he's actually quite a big star in Node.js community, and yeah, he also brought this idea that he basically prepares something based on what he committed to as a conference speech, and that is where I relate. I think that gets in motivation also with you guys, like when we commit to something, and then you don't have other option. You have to prepare for it. That is awesome. Building own skills is definitely one of the things that I pursue doing that. I cannot.
What
think
kind of skills do we have in
thanks.
here?
Actually, that's a good one. What kind of skills? I think for me, I with this year, we what we did with Andrew, I didn't know basically before we started doing this gRPC topic nothing about gRPC, so I had to explore this in my spare time while preparing for the conferences as well. I had some experience with the Kubernetes, but basically it's getting more practice with that, so it helps. Oh, you mean different like public speaking skills? Is that was your
any
question?
skills? These are also skills. These are tech skills.
Okay, let's
Andrew maybe meant
here as well.
public speaking, before, or maybe not only.
I think one of the important we didn't mention is public recognition. It's kind of related to a visa, I guess, in here.
Yeah, I guess visa is kind of not the initial reason, but the consequence.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and if we start speaking about public recognition, there could be some extra why you could want to do that, to extend that. For sure, that will provide some credibility of you as an expert on some specific fields, and even you apply for a new job, or build your own company, you can join all this credibility. So this credibility just follows you like all your life, and I think gives you more opportunities. Also, if you go to some conferences, you for sure meet some new cool people, and all this collaboration extend even more how many people you know, how many opportunities you have. Like, if you share something, you find some interesting people who might be interested in that as well, and who knows what happens next. Maybe next you build your project of your life.
Did it happen before with you, or it's just you want to get that at some point?
I mean, with me, that started how I started to study Node.js. We had another speaker, Andrew, recently, and basically he was been helping me to figure out about Node.js when I was starting on this field, but I was starting with some specific topics, so I was preparing some web scrapers for some specific project, and then as a final thing, we got this project implemented, done, and producing some even money and satisfaction. This is the first thing, and as a big plus, I just jumped into a completely new area for me, which was Node.js. Before that, I was aware of PHP. I was a PHP developer, and then I started to explore a completely new world for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And quite soon you
Mm-hmm.
kind of changed your domain, technical domain, so found a new job in this area.
Basically, my next job was related to Node.js because I like this a lot. I started to think that I want to build even more experience in this area. And but yeah, at some point in software engineering, at some point you understand that language doesn't really matter what language you can write any language. Yeah, you can speak any language. In technology, the main thing, if you know the basic like patterns, basic ideas of software engineering, you can build it. It all depends. Yeah. What Alex for you? What maybe you have some also input about public recognition and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's yeah. I previously before speaking in a conference, I like to participate in conferences as a yeah, just to join and see people and ask about projects. So that was already some kind of fun. I mean, I did not fully follow the model that you can get something out of that because it didn't work for me. But meeting people is a it's fun. I think like if you're really into some technical things, and then I give you one example in not conf EU there and basically in any JavaScript slash Node.js conferences, you meet people from Google V8 project. I mean, it was previously so exciting for me. Like, okay, this is a field I'm actually working. I have to deal with it every day, and then this project. Yeah, maybe I didn't have really good questions for them, but still, it's like it's cool that you can hear some opinions about this and this, and yeah, just to have fun with them. That's one of the things, and yeah, for other stuff like public speaking, I think in recent years did it a lot. Well, maybe a few dozen times. Um, yeah, it can't. I don't think it brought a lot for me in that area, like new contacts and new opportunities. Maybe not. Maybe not that much. Yeah, I'm not sure. What about you?
Uh, I mean, for me, the final understanding that I'm just moving the right way was the fact about the visa. So at the moment when I completely switched on this new visa, that was like, wow, that happens. Uh, but again, yeah, as you said, this was not probably the first point for me, but also like some collaboration is the first because yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm really sure that as many people you know, as more opportunities you have in your life, whatever
Theoretically, it
people it
should
could
work
be.
like that. Yeah, indeed. Igor, can
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
you yeah? What's your thoughts on that side?
I think I'm quite. I have like similar thoughts. I don't have big experience being a speaker in the conferences. I mostly visit the conferences to listen or to communicate with people. And for me, the main motivation to go to the conferences is to have the uh, maybe inspiration about the domain that I'm working in. So I mostly visit data science conferences. And let's say I work for a company which is doing something in search domain, like we're trying to improve the search on our website, and then I'm trying to find the conferences which are focused on this topic. And I go there and I see a lot of people who are in the same kind of class of problems, and they are super excited about it, and they show how they solved it, how they apply different methods. And I
Mm-hmm.
listen to them, I get excited, motivated. I ask them like why and how did you do it, and then you engage with interesting people, you get new contacts. With some of the people I talk to or chat with now, I know from conferences, and I had a couple of job opportunities as well from this. But I guess it kind of follows. So it's not the main motivation. So the main motivation for me is to dive into this like couple of days of being surrounded by the topic that I like, to listen a lot about it, and maybe to get new thoughts, new ideas of what I can do. And yeah, sometimes of course I'm thinking of like what could I present in this conference? Maybe I also have something interesting to share with people. But so far I was doing mostly like meetups, like smaller events. I guess
It's
I'm just
kind of the
presenting
same, I
meetups.
think. Yeah, the difference is only in size, but I think it's not completely new compared to meetups. I would say for me. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So like,
yeah, go on.
yeah, for me, there's this kind of motivation, looking at what people are doing. I usually come back from the conferences, motivated to try new things. Like if I was a bit busy with my daily routine, I come back usually, well, I have like a couple of ideas, I should try them. And also, yeah, meeting new people and communicating, talking to them. Usually there are nice parties during the conferences.
yeah, and pizza.
Yeah, pizza, yeah, and free drinks. Yeah, that's my 10 cents or 5 cents.
Cool, Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Alex, actually, so you are now at some point, it's November. We started with gRPC thing and all these DevOps
A year ago.
interesting topics like the beginning of January, if I'm not mistaken. So how do you feel about all these new things? Do you like all this path you went through preparing these topics and actually digging into this?
Yeah, absolutely. I always said I'm not good in retrospective because need some time to basically revisit things that happened. But definitely, I learned so much new stuff, and I see much more that I should and can learn more. But that's always how it works. Yeah, so it's was maybe most about technical motivation in this case for me, but also collaboration with you guys, with Andrew, mostly on this topic. That also bringing some joy. Yeah, I
Do you
think
do,
that
do you think some of these skills could be in need
applied.
yeah in your future like work or opportunities?
I can see that the gRPC as a technology, again, talking about technical area, is really, yeah, a technology that can be applied anywhere, basically anywhere in any project, mostly. Um, yeah, so definitely yes for that. I think I feel also much more confident than before in different architecture questions regarding microservices because our topics were also touching this field as well. Yeah,
Great.
kind
Yeah,
of that.
really nice.
Actually,
Okay.
What
so
else? Yeah.
just a question. So regarding these new technical skills, so you first decided you want to learn something new and then you look for the conference, or you just find yourself in some conference and see a new thing that you're interested in,
Very
and then
smooth
go in?
transition. I think Igor is
Yeah,
really
Alex,
a
what
great
what
facilitator.
was first, Alex? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can tell. For me, because I would do anything myself, anyways. I don't mind too much on which topic to work. And Andrew, I think so. That was Andrew-driven topic mostly. He has some experience. He had experience before. He pointed that he has interest in continue investigating that. And as I said, for me, lots of new stuff to learn. Always a great opportunity led. So for me was you first apply sort of, or you first prepare a little bit and apply. That doesn't matter. This order actually is it's very close in time to each other, like maybe a month or two. So and then you have to wait for a conference, because conference also has some timeline, right? It opens the CFP like a quarter before it begins, something like that, and then you have at least 2 months for preparation. And it would be great if you already have material, and in most cases you do, but I think yeah, it's not required as a first step, if you have some experience, of course.
So I guess your strategy is like to commit for something, and then since you have a deadline, you kind of will have to work in it.
Yeah, it's indeed like that. Motivation, inspiration. It's called, I think, I heard this joke. It's called commitment. Now, conference-driven development conference.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I could say that it even worked for me when you showed it to me. So you just
It could be shortened to CDD, and actually conference could be replaced with continuous, like you are doing something forever, anytime.
or it could be CCDD, continuous conference.
Yeah, I think we pretty good about why. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can speak about how we can pick conference, how we can decide, how we know the timeline, all this how.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, let's copy this guy
Yeah,
here.
Alex. Yeah. A question. I was not aware. Basically, a bit of history how we find our first conference. Alex was participating some speaking with guys who was the creator of some specific Node.js conference. I would not call it yet. Yeah, and basically we decided, okay, what topic do we have? Like we want to build something about gRPC and also related to Node.js. Let's quickly kind of imagine our topic. So we decided to create some kind of an MVP of currency converter. So how you actually can convert multiple currencies from one side as a product. From another side, you have multiple sources of exchange rates from different providers. And yeah, when we actually draw this MVP in Figma as well, how it would look like. We describe like a short description, short topic, and then we apply to this conference. That was clear because we know, I mean, Alex was known these guys. But then, yeah, if you don't know anyone like from any conference, how you would find any specific one for you?
Yeah, interesting question. Yeah, like the first answer I got is would it work if you reach a guy who is in a program committee, let's say, and ask if it would be an idea for me to apply for a conference or something like that. Would it be some benefit in this case? Well, I can say that in my opinion, yeah, it's usually how the program committee works. I don't know if you guys have some experience. Usually, you you have some idea what the conference would be, right? You have some main topics for the conference, maybe some bigger areas that you want to cover in the conference, because a conference has some ideas, right? Like it's maybe KubeCon, right? Something around Kubernetes, or NodeConf is something broader topics on a Node.js, and you can also dive in like what exactly you want to see in this, let's say, Node.js conference or in some other technology conference. Either you want to see some news, or you want to, alternatively, you want to see some industry standards, let's say, and meet people who actually work on the field and get really great techniques on doing on working with the technology. So the committee, I can speak for hours, guys. The committee knows what the topics are about, and the idea is that you have organizers who want to promote a conference, get first speakers, but actually first audience and then speakers covering these topics, and they also do a lot of work, the organizers, to promote it, right? Like social media, and also covering groups of people who might be interested in different absolutely different sources. So that's organizers. Committee, it basically needs to need to filter topics that correspond to a conference, and it shouldn't be 100% match, because we are not in a logical system when A follows B, and it cannot be vice versa. In that field, basically, many things are possible. Committee is filtering this stuff, and how usually in the bigger conference is, the harder is to get there. The smaller conferences is very simple, because it doesn't have a big list of speakers for the conference. It's likely a medium-sized, smaller conference. If you apply for a topic, if organizers or committee see that you can speak, you don't have problems with speaking, you already had some public history of speaking, you most likely will. You also recognized, if you recognized publicly, you will mostly get in. And if you want to reach someone like from program committee, would it help? I think for medium-sized conferences, like I said, it's already a big chance to get in without knowing someone. But it would help, but not like drastically. A little bit, and depending on what your goals are, maybe it's not a thing that you should be in this conference. If it's get rejected, then maybe you shouldn't be there. Okay,
Right.
Was an hour speech about nothing.
No, it wasn't about nothing. Thanks for sharing the experience.
Mhm.
And maybe before Andrew says his opinion, so that was kind of your take on how to contact the right people and whether you should do it when you have the idea to get to the conference.
Mm-hmm.
But what about knowing that the conferences? Because so I, like last year, I had kind of this goal to talk about something on some conference, and I found it not super easy to find the right conference where I could apply. So that kind of was the first, or stage number 0 for me, to find the conference and then only find people from this conference. So
And why is that, Igor? Is that because there are not that much conferences you can apply? I mean, data science in general it's quite big, right? And it's growing. Why are not that many conferences? Maybe we should build one if there's a opportunity.
No, I cannot say that there are not too many of them. Maybe it's the other way around. So there is no like website that has the whole list of all conferences. I think we tried even to build this app. Dmitry tried to do this GetConf app. And so basically, when you Google for data science conference, you have a lot of results, search results in Google, and you go there and you try to compile the list, and then you go to every website and see when it's happening, can you apply for it, what are the topics, what are the prerequisites, who are the people, and so on. And some conferences need to have, like, you need to write a paper to get accepted there. some not, some are happening offline, some online. And yeah, so how do you find conferences basically?
And why is that a problem? Because the list is long. Why it was a problem for you? Or it just yeah, you don't have a single source? What was this the?
I think the main issues maybe were that I find some list, then I go through the conferences and I realize that some of them already had a deadline. Some of them need an article from me, and I mean I don't write scientific articles. Some of them are I don't know, are already. I mean the deadline is not yet there, but they already have no spaces for new speakers and so on. I mean it's not a problem. It's just basically finding the conference. But yeah, I just wanted to hear how are you going with this? So do you have some predefined list and you go through it? Or...
Yeah, let's let's Andrew give a chance.
Yeah, I think for us, I mean, at least for this year, where we applied, the list was, I mean, the conference was mostly unpredictable. So I was looking for some, but basically, when we built a topic, we decided like, okay, we can speak this topic or kind of a bit change topics on different conferences, right? And just, you know, as we already spent some effort to build a topic, it's worth, you know, just share it on different platforms and maybe different cities, different conferences. So I and Alex started to look for other opportunities. Mostly it was like, yeah, like searching for the Google. That was one of the conference I shared. That was we are developers. I was surprised how big is that. It happened in Berlin, and I think yeah, for the next year probably we will apply again. Hopefully we're gonna go there in person that time. Yeah, basically all the conferences we participated this year, it was about like online due to several circumstances we cannot travel in different places, but yeah. Yeah, but then later, like for now, I don't remember who found this website, but there is a website which just contains all the list of all the conferences with all the dates. Maybe not all the conferences, but the idea is like single source of truth, where you can go see, you can basically filter what topics you know you're interested in, where. I think Alex is going to share this website here soon. Yeah, quite interesting idea. So you can decide about the topic. You can decide do you want to present online or in person or both, and you can also decide like where the conference should be driven, maybe in countries. And the main point, this is also allows you to filter like call for papers. So this is a moment when you can apply, when you can send your basically topics to this any of these conference and say I want to present this, and the program committee will decide are you going to do that or not. So pretty much that, yeah. I mean, from the next year, I think we will use this website with Alex to find like first to build several topics and then to find appropriate conferences to present these topics.
Question.
Yeah.
We are developers indeed. I was also surprised about the size of a conference and yeah, and how easy it was actually to get into. What do you think? Why we actually got accepted to this conference?
Good question. I mean, I was surprised that I mean, I think CEO of GitHub was opening this conference. and couple of people like that, quite famous ones in tech community. Why? I think by this moment we already had this topic driven in the not Congress, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we already had some experience showing like this is our like video of our presentation, and I was actually surprised how the guys from We Are Developers replied. They replied, okay, like what are you going to do and the stuff like that. They started some discussion, and that started from basically nothing for their very big conference for the people who never, basically mostly never present anything in public, except you, Alex. You are famous from the day you birth. Yeah, yeah. I'm really excited about the process, how they drive this, and
And I remember actually there was another big conference that we were not accepted to. Well, a couple of them that we were not accepted to, but we wanted also the. Remember the one in Portugal? I think something like Web Summit or something like that.
yeah, Web Summit. I think it's another big conference, but I would say like we are developers. It's really a true technical driven conference for developers, for really, techy people. And Web Summit is mostly like it's driven like
Soft.
yeah,
Yeah.
soft developers
Soft
and
skills.
about marketing, about everything. And they, I don't know, visiting a Web Summit is a big plus, I think, for any person, even you are not a speaker, just to get this inspiration and stuff like that. Yeah.
Igor, anything to add, or we should maybe also try to get some topics?
Let's move on, I guess.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing this. I haven't known this website, so I'll use it.
Yeah, there are plenty of that. I mean, if you know cool resources, please edit 2 comments to this video. And again, if you clap 20 times, then we just repeat this this stream one more time.
20 likes?
Yeah. Yeah, cool stuff. I think I would. I don't know. How about you, Andrew? Well, first of all, my thought that we're gonna be collaborating next year with you, at least on again public speaking on conferences. So my plan is to work together and apply to more conferences for the next year. Are you with me on that?
Yeah.
Now it's official because it's on YouTube. Okay.
It's kind of commitment. Sign the paper.
Yeah, it's this part, I think, conference-driven development. Then I think big conferences is a goal for us, right? Do you agree with that? Like we want to come back to We Are Developers, maybe this time offline, apply for Web Summit, why not? Yeah, I mean, maybe there are more conferences like that we want to try, but I don't have yet in my list. Maybe we should actually.
I have in mind something about Docker. I mean, Docker holds KubeCon, maybe. I mean, DockerCon or something like that. It's mostly about Docker. I think we also considered something doing for that conference as well, but by this moment we didn't have any real topics. But it's quite big as well, because Docker is something we use on a daily basis.
Docker is the greatest tool after Git. You know my opinion on that.
Yeah. Maybe then after Bash.
Maybe then after OS.
Yeah. So, shall we? How are we gonna do that? I think indeed we want to discuss some topics. Is it conference related, or we should just think of first topics, and then see what conferences apply to this filter. How you wanna do
Yeah,
that?
I think maybe we could just collaborate about at least understand some areas we want to go with. So like for example, Docker, another area, Kubernetes maybe. Uh,
Shall I actually? I think Docker itself is it's very limited. I would say. With no offense, it's for me as a second biggest tool after Git, as I said. So yeah, I think it's more about Kubernetes actually than about Docker. Do you agree or not?
yeah, it could be. But I mean, again, for if we consider like DockerCon, it's quite specific conference about mostly Docker. There is nothing about Kubernetes you can present, but Kubernetes very extended topic, and there's a plenty of tools you can build with it, and you develop your own parts of Kubernetes and plug in. So there's a anything very wide.
I will put architecture, microservices. Yeah, I see. I see. Yes. Node.js, Golang. Yeah. I
I
see
am like
everything.
most of the topics you have like you go usually from technical side, right? Or are there some conferences which come from the application side? Like I don't know, tech in finance, and then you talk.
Great topic actually, Igor. Yeah, here in the UK there are plenty of conferences which are driven by specific topics. Like you can go and show something not actually related to technical side, but finance, for example, for food tech, for any other tech, and speak about some very specific area in this, but which is also related to technology for sure. Actually, maybe as a plan as well, we could build a list of like local conferences, like here in the UK and in your country, Alex, in your Igor. And basically try to find slots for these conferences as well, and it will be beneficial for all of us to, move between all these countries and meet each other in person and go in person to these conferences as well.
Yeah, getting visas.
Yeah, I heard from one of my colleagues actually very good behavioral decision. He said, yeah, if I will go for a conference if it doesn't require a flight, basically, because because of the how do you say that? Environmental reasons. Thank you, Igor. Yeah. Nice. So I also wanted to put like just an idea, not an action point. Actually, if you want to apply, indeed we said that there are plenty of conferences, so you make this list, and then I think it's very important that because basically these conferences they rotate through the year, so you have really. I don't know, maybe 2 months for each conference to apply. So you actually need a schedule. Like, okay, I want to apply for this conference, so I need to do that, I don't know, in April, for example. And the closer you are to the beginning of CFP, the more chances you get to be in the list, in the final list. So if you know that, if you prepare that, then it would be, I think, already good start. So I will put here, make a schedule.
Yeah.
And
so basically, at some point we're gonna have a calendar of and understanding where we want to go, like the whole list. Sorry, Igor, I interrupted you.
No, I was just saying that CFP is a call for papers, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Anything about topics so far? And I don't know if we wanna also brainstorm Igor's. Maybe we can do it after this one. Or Igor, if you wanna also do it list now, that's also fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you maybe can talk a bit about your topics.
Yeah, and then let's separate them. In the previous one we could do it together, but this one maybe we should separate. Okay, so how we gonna do that? We go to this website, choose conferences that match these topics, or no, actually anything to add to these topics. Do you want
I
to
would
continue?
say, yeah, I would say an extra as is a DevOps topic. I would love to speak about as well. It could be related to any of these. Yeah, maybe.
I personally, I think we discussed it once. We also had this idea on WebAssembly exploration. It's a kind of hardcore topic itself, I think, and it's doing some progress, I think. So if you don't mind, we can also think about that. Maybe it should be somewhere here. Programming language. Okay. What should we do?
I think that was a nice idea from you, Alex. Not so
To go
interrupted, Andrew.
Yeah.
To go here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try this. I don't think we have enough time to actually start, brainstorming about real topics we could pick. So we can just, take a look on this website to get a deeper understanding how it works.
It's already great aggregated, as you can see. They are they are sorted by date of CP conference start date, CFP end
Wow,
date.
nice.
Yeah, it's everything is prepared already for you. Yeah, so I'm just scrolling. Basically, I don't know how is it for you. For me, like environmental reason is a only one that limits here.
You are limited by this reason?
Yeah, look at this. Machine learning day. That's for bigger for sure.
Yeah. Already applied, Igor, or not yet?
Not yet. I'm applying now.
Yeah. Anything that you already heard of? I think CTJS is quite a big one and very known, right?
Agree.
Gesundheit. CTJS. I mean, I'm scrolling, but please stop me. Where should I basically focus here? Well, I'm scrolling.
Maybe we can go to the filters and say, okay, we want to see something about, let's say, DevOps. Is it a filter about DevOps? No. Okay.
Yes, there is a DevOps filter, and you
Oh yeah.
can add them, and I think they will work as or in this case. General DevOps, JavaScript, Golang, TypeScript, whatever. Europe, America, Asia,
I
everything
think
works, right?
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
In total, it's not that big list. I think it's around maybe 30 conference according to filters at least. Yeah, showing 33 conferences.
Another thing to say, if you got accepted on the kind of big conference, like via developers, for example, they could offer you like covering some of your expenses, for example, flights, which is really cool because you can travel at least for a new location if you could too, and also meet all that amazing people in person.
Yeah, performance, IoT, hardware, security, those kind of things we should click, or what do you think?
Yeah,
No?
maybe not that much for us. IoT.
Yeah, performance, maybe, right? We have
Yeah, yeah.
this topic. We have this topic right now. It's I think under a doubt if it will be go through one of the conference list, but we applied at least. Community networking, I would say it's relevant. Yeah, I think that's good with filters. WOP conference. Honestly, I think I applied for that, but I don't know much about. Um, GS World, that
DevOps Asia.
sounds great. DevOps Asia, indeed, yeah.
Oh, GS World from Amsterdam. Have you been there,
Yeah.
Alex?
No, never. Maybe even haven't heard. Can also check what is who is the organizer. I might be knowing some of the organizers, definitely.
Looks quite big. They have
Yeah,
burgers.
and burgers there, as Igor likes.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, guys from Meta, Google in a list already. Yeah, I see it's quite a big one indeed, and I think it's in the middle of CFP, so we don't have that much chances. It looks like that.
Give it a try.
General info. We can, yeah. We should apply for it already now, I think. Where is a call for paper? Let's have a quickly look at that. Yeah, I think I know. I know our organizers of this conference. To be honest,
Gonna drink beer with them tonight.
not in that. I haven't met them. They don't know me, but I heard of them, of course. So indeed, this is in the middle. We should apply in the next week for that already. But I would say why not? We should try to.
Yeah.
So I will put it in a list, unless I hear something from Andrew.
And what is currently required? Just only the topic or the abstract already?
Yeah, that's a good one as well. So how usually is done, there are different ways. Either the conference has its own system with a tracking system for appliers, or usually there is a tool, Sessionize, I think it's called, Sessionize, and some conferences use it. So you can create account here, you can apply your topics, and you can also you can act as a conference organizer or as a speaker there. So you can create your account and either basically filter applicants, or you can just apply yourself. And it's very useful and very user friendly, because it keeps a history of all the applications you got, and then you can easily reapply, maybe changing some things that you want to change for the future speeches.
Nice. Yeah. Maybe you also share this link in the comments.
Yeah, good one. So JS World Conference, let's make a list. And we should apply for it already, for a calendar, right? We should make a list for a calendar. Okay. 1st December.
$20 days left, or 10 days. Oh, we should be hurry.
Right. And the DevOps Asia Summit, or do we want to check something here? What are the requirements, right, Igor? That what you proposed?
Yeah, I mean, in this Google form that you have to fill,
Uh-huh.
what do they need?
It doesn't have much. I think
No,
it's
not even topic.
no, it's quite
Mm.
for talent, technical story, JavaScript community.
Okay,
That's kind of it for engineers.
nice.
And Alex, yeah, actually, we didn't cover one topic. I mean, about what we did. Actually, we did not we did not prepare a conference speech. We did prepare a conference workshop. So there are a couple of things happening in different conferences, like when you can have some slot of time to speak with slides and collaboration with people, and another way it's more hands-on experience when you share like two works, 2 hours or 3 hours of experience, maybe doing some tasks all together with the attendees, and when you not just show something on the slide, but you show something in the code as well. You uh, try to express how you can easily dive into this technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you like this format, or you want to go for a smaller one this time?
I would say that it would be nice to try the smaller one as well, but with the workshops, it's something. I think that you said me at some point that usually conference had a lot of speakers who want to speak these small speeches with the slides, and big ones, small ones speakers, and there's usually not very much people who wants to prepare 2 or 3 hours workshop because it takes a lot of effort to do so. And that also then you have to go through this process with attendees as well. So yeah, if you just started with the conferences, that would be a very good tip to start maybe with workshops, because this is a bigger chance you get accepted, I think.
Yeah. So we got one action point so far. A good point, Andrew. Shall we wrap it up? I mean, what about this one, DevOps Asia? Just to finish this, because I have opened this app anyways.
Gonna fly to Singapore.
Yeah, I wanted to find a reason to fly there, so that's a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, they have here DevSecOps, of course, SRE, open source, AI, DataOps, blockchain. Doesn't sound like matching our prepared technology list here.
I think we just need to add open source as well. It's a very wide topic to speak about. Like, I mean, to add it to our list.
Can be solved like that, indeed. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when what do you say? Apply for this as well. Now I don't have space left. Sorry. No, that's
yeah. Okay.
it would be
Only one action. But I guess it's already a lot. You kind of showed how you do it, and now I can do it at least. And I honestly feel a bit motivated to do it for the next year. So.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about like prepare maybe a material how not just material, but also like we just explained how it could be possible for anyone to do and why. And maybe if we can prepare a page for explanation of all of these, And I don't know, maybe if some people want to get some help on any of these actions, we could, as a X technology, guide them through their processes or through their, some preparation steps and stuff like that. It would be kind of a part of, could be. It's just a suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good point. We didn't cover it in this how it goes, but sometimes in a conference, when you apply for a conference, you have some mentor who will help you to prepare your material. So definitely a nice proposal, Andrew. I think let's go with it. We will make a page probably on xtechnology.dev, and yeah, if you want us to mentor it a bit, help you with the conference, then feel free to apply, or just reach us with the email. Right now it's a little bit spammed, but we'll try to get through.
Yeah, nice wrapping up.
Thanks, Igor. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so I guess we should. Yeah, our time is out for this session. Thanks, guys, a lot for sharing your experience, and thanks, Alex, for tracking all of this. Now, maybe you can share this Figma board. It's kind of saved for some time on their website, right?
I think so. Yeah, export as. You guys, do you know how to?
Can you just share the link, or
do we want it to be modified? I think no, right?
no, just for viewing.
I will post it to the comments of this video.
Thanks. Yeah. So yeah, thanks a lot for sharing the experience and doing this nice session. I feel now more motivated to find some conference to apply. So at least you did this. And
yeah, I found the link.
So basically, we already prepared some stuff to build the page, to build X technology page.
Yeah,
for
exactly. Just
all these.
copy this list, explain some points.
Yeah. Great job, guys. So you feel like this excitement after no coding session, after all?
Of course. Life is no code.
Yeah, because I feel I mean, today I've got some answers for my questions, like internal questions, like what for, why, and how. It's been still some kind of mess in my head, how all the process goes.
Yeah. Nothing more.
Good for you, Andrew. I can be happy for that.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, then let's have a great weekend. And thanks, everyone, for watching this.